game is minutes away. Seymour and Dodgeville. For a preview, let's send it over courtside to Forrest Larson and Ted Stefaniak.
Well, thank you very much, Bob. Well, we're getting ready for our next Division II semifinal game. Ted Stefaniak along with Forrest Larson from Lake Geneva Badger High School. Sorry about that, Forrest. Hey, great game coming up here. Dodgeville and Seymour, similar styles.
You have two teams averaging about 70 points a game. Both teams put 5 kids on the floor that can shoot threes. That just warms my heart. I'd love to see that. They're both going to be up-tempo a little bit, so I think we're going to see a great game. All
right, taking a look at our Menards points of the game. We start with Dodgeville, and they've got a couple of good scorers.
Talking to some coaches in their league, Twos is probably going to be the key guy for Dodgeville.
And for Seymour, Kevin Krushinski leading the way for the Thunder.
Player of the year in their conference, shooting about 73% from the floor. That is unheard of.
Now, Seymour is making their 5th consecutive trip to the state tournament. The last time Dodgeville won a state championship was back in 1964. Take a look at this video as head coach John Weenie Wilson pulls off one of the biggest surprises in state tournament history. It was only one division back then, and Dodgeville beat Milwaukee North in the championship to shock the state by winning the 1964 boys state championship 59-45. Will they be able to get into the championship game? Well, they've got a tough task ahead. We'll find out what happens. We'll introduce the teams coming up next. But first, a word from our local stations. This is your WIAA network station.
Culver's introduces the freshwater delicacy legends are made of.
In the deep cold water neath the northern sky, I hooked a game fish legend, the rod-breaking walleye. And when the fight was over, word spread for miles around.
The Northwoods Walleye Sandwich and Dinner, available only for a limited time at Culver's.
Walleye.
These businesses would like to congratulate the Dodgeville boys basketball team on reaching the state tournament. Ayers Furniture in Ridgeway is a proud supporter of Dodgeville athletics. Congratulations on making it to state. Wenger Chiropractic Center is happy to support the Dodgeville boys basketball team. Go Dodgers! ERA Arthur Real Estate and Helen Appraisals wishes the Dodgeville boys the best of luck at the state tournament. Land's End proudly salutes the Dodgeville boys basketball team. Congratulations on getting to the state tournament.
Imagine a place that has what you need for your farm, home, business, and pleasure, and who's been there for 78 years. Common name, uncommon service.
We're Johnson Sales on Highway 51, just north of Madison.
Call now or log on for locations to purchase raffle tickets for these unique hand-decorated violins. A fundraising project to benefit Wisconsin Youth Symphony Orchestras, sponsored locally by Drums and More, your professional percussion playground.
Welcome back to the Kohl Center. Division II semifinal coming your way in just a few moments. It's time to meet the players from both teams. Here's Mike Mankey.
And now, let's meet the participants in today's Division II semifinal game between the Seymour Thunder and the Dodgeville Dodgers. First, let's meet the Thunder. Number 3, Brandon West. Number 11, Matt Boltman. Number 15, Brad Tollefson. Number 20, Kevin Leiske. Number 21, Jared Johnson. Number 22, Brandon Buckman. Number 30, Nate Carey. Number 31, Robbie Wickesberg. Number 32, Matt Hackle. And number 44, Harold Schultz. Now let's meet the Dodgers. Number 10, Tony Demuth. Number 11, Cody Hulbert. Number 14, Kyle Anderson. Number 23, Jason Runtoff. Number 34, Brandon Knox. And number 42, Parker Hay. And now, here are the starters for Seymour. Starting at forward, a 6'4" senior, number 24, Kevin Grushinski. At forward, a 6'4" senior, number 23, Steve Klass. At forward, a 6'3" senior, number 13, Alex Hill. At guard, a 6' senior, number 4, Bobby Kupta. And at guard, a 6'1" senior, number 12, Craig Miller. Seymour is coached by John Murphy. And now, here are the starters for Dodgeville. Starting at forward, a 6'3" junior, number 15, David Tews. At forward, a 6'3" junior, number 5, Jeremy Martin. At guard, a 6'1" junior, number 20, Josh Culver. At guard, a 5'10" senior, number 33, Carl Reynolds. And at guard, a 6'1" junior, number 4, Kevin McGraw. Dodgeville is coached by Chuck Tank, and the officials for today's game are Tom Rasmussen from River Falls and John Page from Hudson.
Time for the Alliant Energy Power lineups. The people behind the power at Alliant Energy are your neighbors and friends, giving of themselves to make our community a great place to work and live. We're on for you and our communities. Taking a look at Seymour, some talented seniors in there. And also for Dodgeville, well, a lot of juniors, only one senior among the group, and that's Carl Reynolds. We get set to tip things off. Seymour in the red uniforms and Dodgeville in the white, and it's Seymour that controls the tip. And if you take a look at the seniors today, Seymour coming into this game with 12. That's the most in the tournament. Dodgeville has, as we said, only one senior, and Carl Reynolds, but he's a good one.
Obviously, Seymour has a little, they have some state championship experience, and that's always helpful when you come down.
Seymour, as we said, making their 5th consecutive trip to the state tournament here. In the last 4 years, they've played in the state championship.
One of the things both coaches talked about was toughness. I think you have 2 teams here, well coached, both teams extremely tough. And it's going to be interesting to see if Dodgeville can kind of lock up Seymour's guards today. They've done a lot of that during the season.
Bobby Kupta had the rebound for Seymour, but stepped on the line, so the Dodgers get their first look at the basket.
Both teams extremely similar from the standpoint they run motion offense. They look to spread the floor. Kids make decisions. They just play the game.
Drive to the basket off the glass, and it is cleared by Craig Miller. Here's Steve Klass. Gives it up, looking for Krushinski in there, but it was broken up.
I don't think Dodgeville is going to be intimidated by Seymour and their trips to state. They've been here. Coach Tank's had Dodgeville here a couple times before also.
Long three-pointer. Fight for the rebound. And that's Alex Hill that comes away with it.
That was a deep 3. I think he was 3 or 4 feet behind the line.
There's another one. That's
you gotta love it.
Kevin Krushinski.
Ted, I find it unbelievable that he is shooting 72 or 73% from the floor, but you look at him there, he's got a great-looking shot, textbook shot.
Runs in the family. His brother Kyle was a Badger recruit, now playing for UW-Stevens Point, and Kyle tonight playing in the Final Four of the NCAA Division III National Championship.
You can see Tews, working inside. He's their post-up guy, but he'll step outside also.
Inside they go. A little bit hard off the glass was David Tews.
To start the game, you would love to finish that shot.
Inside a Klass. Spins and will be called for a travel, I believe. Nope. So Klass fighting for his own rebound, went over the back. So foul against Steve Klass. First team foul.
Talking to Coach Murphy, they'll vary their man-to-man. Sometimes they'll push baseline. Sometimes they'll play back in the gaps if they're playing someone that'll dribble penetrate.
Kupta now brings it across the timeline. Here's Class for three. Seymour off to a great start. That's not good news for Dodgeville.
I like the way they reversed the ball. You know, they come down, they push it down the side, came back, got a ball reversal, and they are going to shoot. When they're open, they're going to take it.
Pretty shot right there by Josh Culver. Talking about a good-looking shot.
I'm really enjoying this. This is fun.
I don't know if Don Kerr, our statistician, has enough ink in his pen for this one. Here's Krzyzewski. Don assures me he does.
I love kids like Krzyzewski, an inside-outside guy. They are so difficult to defend when they can step outside, shoot the three, but then yet, you know, he's got a post presence there also.
And Dodgers having some trouble with their offense when they get it inside. As you get to a state championship, or not a championship game, but a state tournament game, things move a little bit quicker, especially in the early parts of a game.
You know what? Every coach says that we want to get off to a great start, and obviously that's common sense that you want to do that. But there's a lot to that.
Cooked it with the save, and now picks up the loose ball.
I like how aggressive Tooze is being, but he needs to finish.
Class. Great start for him. 2 for 2 from three-point land.
We were talking before the game. They are a great shooting team, shooting 58% from the floor as a team. Their three-point percentage is outstanding, and obviously they're displaying that right now.
Krzyzewski, and he'll shoot a pair. Well, the 2004 WIAA tournament is brought to you by Rural Mutual Insurance Company, providing a full line of insurance products for Wisconsin's families and businesses. So Kevin Krzyzewski at the free throw line, shooting 75%.
I think what concerns me right now, if I'm Dodgeville, they're an outstanding defensive team. And Culver and Reynolds and Martin have really locked up teams at half court and kept teams running their offense. But Seymour right now is getting the ball reversed, and they are getting great looks from the three-point line. And then you've got Krzyzewski, who's got a couple of good looks inside.
You just feel the Seymour confidence right now?
It's like a home game for them. They are really, really comfortable.
Martin. And Dodgeville's getting some good looks. Hill for three.
Wow.
This team is on fire right now.
This is a dream come true if you're Seymour.
Again, trying to become, I believe, the first team to ever make it to 5 consecutive state championship games.
Right now, if I'm Dodgeville, I'm going to get Tooze a look. Somehow, I'm getting my best guy. I'm going to get him a shot.
McGraw. Seymour for the season shooting 38% today, 89%, and it's just going up and up. And Chuck Tank wants to take a quick timeout, so we'll step out as well to hear a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
I think we made 14. That's the state.
That's a lifetime warranty against wear, stains, and fading. Plus, installation is a snap. On sale, just $277 a square foot. Finish your rooms with beautiful chandeliers, pendants, and ceiling lights by Thomas, all on sale. These bound glass ceiling lights in 3 finishes are $11.97 each. Menards lights your way to savings.
Save big money at Menards.
Hi, I'm Bo Ryan. You may know me as the head basketball coach of the Wisconsin Badgers. When it comes to choosing a financial institution, I'm a consumer. As a consumer, I look for a financial institution committed to helping me reach my personal goals. I look for a community bank. In today's world of big business mergers, you still have local options. When you bank with a community bank, you receive personal service, a full range of financial products, and when you need a decision, it's made right here in the community. Join a winning team. Visit a community bank today.
19-3, Seymour off to a tremendous start here with 2:28 left here in the first quarter. Unbelievable shooting by Seymour.
Well, the Division II record for threes in a game, I believe, is 9. Ladysmith made 14 one year in either 95 or 96. It's hard to believe 5 minutes into the game, they already have 5 threes, 5 for 6.
Now, how would you know that stat on Ladysmith?
I'm very familiar. Very familiar
Former
with that
coach.
record.
WIA record book, most 3 points in a single game, 9. Seymour's already got 5. Dodgeville needs to have something good happen on this turn down the floor. There it is. Big shot there by Kevin McGraw.
That's the way they've played all year. They're going to continue to play that way, whether they're up or down. And you can shoot your way out of it. You can shoot your way back into it, and hopefully Dodgeville does. I'd love to see this go like triple overtime.
Thunder now looking for their shot as Dodgeville picks up the pressure a little bit more and creates a turnover. McGraw gives it up to Martin. Martin drives baseline, gives it back to McGraw for 3. Loose ball. Twos came up with it. Reynolds. And it's rebounded by Alex Hill.
Got 2 good looks. I think all their threes, they have not taken a bad 3. They just haven't knocked them down.
Kupka picks up his dribble and will be hit with a foul.
When you're down 13, but it's early in the game, they're going to continue to launch threes. It's obviously that's how they've played all year.
It's a nice defense here by the Dodgers. Reynolds to Culver. Here's another long 3 by McGraw. Brushinsky clears. Inside a minute now this first quarter.
When you're a 3-point shooting team, flow of the game is so important. And when you miss a 3 and then you come down and the other team gets a great opportunity and knocks it down, it just kind of takes you out of that flow.
There's a miss, a rare miss from the 3-point line for Seymour in this one. Culver working against Kupka. Nice pass inside to Reynolds, off the glass and good.
Wow, that was a great cut, great movement without the basketball. Great pass to the cutter for the layup. I thought they did a great job in that possession.
Dodgers have looked much better since taking that timeout. Another steal. Reynolds.
That's a tough 3 off the dribble.
Long 3-pointer. I thought that might go the way they've been shooting. But after the first quarter, it is Seymour leading Dodgeville by the score of 19-8. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
Our role is to provide the energy you need.
Energy for your active life.
To help you reach your goals.
Our role is to provide you with energy value. Energy that's delivered safely.
Safe energy for your home, your business,
your neighborhood.
Our role is to be there when you need us.
To provide reliable service.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
No matter what.
You can depend on us.
For energy that works.
Our role is to put energy to work for you.
Alliant Energy. We're on for you.
Alliant Energy. We're on for you.
Nobody has a better selection of washers and dryers than American. Nobody. American carries more of the top brands you want, all at the low price every day. Whirlpool, Amana, Maytag, GE, Roper, Frigidaire, Fisher Paykel, ASCO. Front-load models like Whirlpool's Duet, plus the new Neptune top-load washer and Neptune's new drying center. And right now, when you buy a specially tagged washer at the guaranteed low price, you'll save 20% on the matching dryer. American, your appliance store with more.
Time for our game summary brought to you by the Community Bankers of Wisconsin. We're the definition of local. Visit us at communitybankers.org.
Dodgeville 2 for 10 from the 3-point line in the first quarter. Seymour 5 for 7, and that's probably the difference right now.
Seymour doing a nice job on the boards as well, rebounding them 12-5. Brushinsky off the glass and good.
Got to get the ball stopped earlier. I mean, he got deep. He's shooting a 6-footer off the board. That young man is simply outstanding.
Already got 12 points in this ball game. Early in the second quarter. Fast-paced ball game.
from Dodgeville. Even though I'm down, I'm down big right now, the flow of the game, the way they can shoot the three, they can get themselves back into it, but obviously they're going to need to knock down some of these open looks. They're 2 for 10 from the three-point line, but they've gotten 10 good looks.
Reynolds now. They're taking their time, as you can tell, and no rush here. Long two-pointer. Knocked down by Jeremy Martin.
Jeremy was about 6 inches deeper on that to get that three. But I'm sure they'll take it.
Back to an 11-point game. Brzezinski off the glass and shooter's touch.
I don't know if they have an answer for him right now. He is inside, outside. He is a tough matchup for Dodgeville.
14 points. Reached the 1,000-point marker for his career midway through the season, then immediately went and suffered a high ankle sprain, missed about a month of the season. And they said he needs about another month to get fully healed, so he's not on a bad ankle.
I don't even want to think about that, how good he would be if he was 100% right now, because he's done a great job to this point. And I'm looking at him physically. He looks very, very strong in his upper body and his legs.
Kupta rips the ball away. That pass is broken up. You know, the Dodgers create about 20 turnovers a game.
I'm interested to see if they can do that against a good Seymour team, because Seymour is so solid with the basketball. But everybody you talk to about Dodgeville talks about how they lock you up defensively, don't let you run your offense. But with Seymour, I haven't seen that so far. They have not been able to stop Seymour from reversing the ball and getting good looks.
Nice little drive by David Tooze.
So when you catch the ball in that situation and you've got the defender closing out at you, that's a great situation. If he doesn't get there quick enough, you shoot it. If he gets there too quick, you go by him, just like Tooze did there.
Alex Hill. Reynolds wants to run. The lone senior on this squad. Kicks it out to Martin. Martin feeling it.
I like the way that shot was created. Right off the dribble, kicked it, he's open. He shoots it with confidence. They're okay. I mean, they're playing with composure. They know they're not out of the game. Maybe Seymour wants to be a little bit more patient here and get an inside look.
Cooked a beautiful pass inside to Brzezinski and will shoot a free throw.
It's all created off the dribble. I mean, you get beat with that dribble penetration, you force someone to help. You're in tough shape when that happens.
Kevin Brzezinski goes to the free throw line. He's already got 16 points in this ball game, averaging 21 a game. 6 of 7 from the field.
This is the first time I've seen him play this year, and obviously everybody in the state of Wisconsin is impressed.
The winner of this one taking on Catholic Memorial in the Division II state championship game tomorrow afternoon.
Looks like Seymour is kind of 1-3-1 here, changed their defense.
Another strong move by Jeremy Martin.
Great job by Dodgeville, recognizing the 1-3-1 diagonal pass, and they get the layup. They did a tremendous job there.
Martin with 7 points now. Alex Hill tried to save that one, but it hit the line, so the Dodgers get it back.
As well as Seymour's played, Dodgeville's only down 8.
Chance to cut into that lead, too. So give a lot of credit to the Dodgers right now. Seymour with 6 turnovers in this one.
They're kind of in a 2-1-2 set right now. They're just looking for that diagonal pass again. That opposite wing did a nice job covering down, taking that away.
Seymour just constantly rotating that ball, attacking the basket.
Okay, good job sealing it up there. Great job.
Now you see why they've got 20 turnovers per game. Beautiful play.
Coach Tank's a tough guy. I think his kids, they reflect his toughness just like Coach Murphy's kids do. I think Dodgeville has some excellent quickness. They've got 5 quick kids on the floor. and they literally don't come off the floor. So it'll be interesting to see if they can keep up this intensity for 32 minutes.
Shinsky with the weak side rebound. Dodgeville doing a great job. They're on a 9-2 run here in the last 2:20.
You can tell these guys, Dodgeville has played a lot of basketball together. I really like the flow of the game, how they pass and cut. Everybody contributes. They're fun to watch.
Love that pass from Carl Reynolds. Two-handed, over the head.
30-second timeout. Seymour.
Great job. We'll take a timeout. Here, a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
Give your floors a lifetime of beauty with Diamond Plate laminate flooring from Menards. Diamond Plate by Columbia has a lifetime warranty against wear, stains, and fading. Plus, installation is a snap. On sale, just $277 a square foot. Finish your rooms with beautiful chandeliers, pendants, and ceiling lights by Thomas, all on sale. These bound glass ceiling lights in 3 finishes are $11.97 each. Menards lights your way to savings.
Save big money at Menards.
I think just great composure.
To get a look at some of the Dodger fans enjoying this one. Hey, they were out of it just a couple moments ago, but bang, they're right back in it.
One of the things I always talk to my kids about is composure. And the great thing, when you play the style Dodgeville does, you are never out of a game. And I've had teams score 18 points in a minute and a half. And when you shoot the three the way they do, or the way they've chosen to shoot it today, you're never out of the game.
Don't forget, this is a very young team. All juniors except the one senior on the team, as Steve Klaas picks up 2.
Did a great job running that out of bounds play.
Coach Tank telling us, hey, we can't be scared. We can't be intimidated down here, especially against a team like Seymour. He said, I'm just hoping I'm not scared.
It's hard not to be a little bit intimidated when you look at the success of Seymour's program. I mean, it's just unheard of making it to Madison 5 straight times.
We had a chance to talk to John Murphy, head coach of Seymour, yesterday. Another basket for Kevin Krasinski now.
Dodgeville's playing him one-on-one. And, there's no help coming, and that's a decision you make as a coach. Are we going to send another guy at him? The problem with Krasinski is he's a good player. If you double him, he'll find the open guy. And then, everybody for Seymour can shoot the basketball. So what do? Are you going to match up on him one-on-one and just let him score and take away everybody else? That's what Coach Tank gets paid the big bucks for.
Inside of 2 minutes in this half. As we were talking to Murphy yesterday, everybody wants to know, how do you get to state 5 times? He wants to put it in a bottle and sell it.
He was extremely humble, unbelievably humble about the success of his program. Great guy.
Inside to Martin. Excuse me, Twos.
I think that's the first time they've gotten him inside on the post-up to score.
Twos now with 6 points. Cooked it from 14. Knocked it down.
That young man, just great job sitting down, changing direction, veered the defender, gets in the paint, hits the pull-up jumper.
Just another look from the Thunder.
They are very, very skilled.
Hughes gives it up to Martin. Now McGraw. And Cookta will be whistled for the foul. Well, unauthorized use or rebroadcast of this program without the express written consent of Quincy Newspapers Incorporated, Wisconsin Broadcast Division, is strictly prohibited and a violation of U.S. copyright law.
In for the Thunder, number 15, Brad Tollefson. Replaces Cookta.
Brad Tollefson into the game for the first time for the Thunder.
I'm not quite sure if they'll play for the last shot here or not. It looks like they're running a set play.
40 seconds in this half. Big possession here for the Dodgers. Get it back to single digits. Reynolds. Beautiful shot.
Wow. Tough play off the dribble. Shooting the runner off the baseline. A little bit behind the backboard. I wish he would have shot that with about 3 or 4 seconds left and not given Seymour another opportunity here.
Drive right down the lane. Not much going on except 2 points for Steve Class.
Got to create, make a play off the dribble, and hope you get the last opportunity of the half.
And that's the way the half will come to a close. Seymour on top of Dodgeville by 10. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
What's wrong, Lee?
I just got to check on him. Good night.
Look for the seal that says Wisconsin Pride.
In public schools like this one all across the Badger State, young men and women are learning values such as hard work and fair play. Values that help make schools great in Wisconsin. And with great schools to prepare students for their future, communities enjoy higher property values, safer neighborhoods, and stronger local economies. The Wisconsin Education Association Council is proud to support WIAA boys and girls sports and reminds you that great schools benefit you.
Back at the Kohl Center. We've got one of the dance teams out on the floor right now. I believe this is the Dodgeville dance team out on the floor. As Dodgeville trails Seymour by 10 points here at half. An interesting half. As Seymour jumped out, looked like they were going to run away with this, but Dodgeville did a terrific job to get right back into this.
I love the style of play from both teams. And I mentioned it before, when you can shoot the three, you are never out of a game, especially a fast-paced game. You know, you put together back-to-back threes, you know, all of a sudden you're down 13, but you hit like back-to-back threes, you got it to 7, and you're right back in it. And it's a fun game to watch, and it's a fun game to play. Kids love to play like that.
Yep, don't go anywhere because it's going to be an exciting second half. Should be a fun one. Right now, we'll go across court to Bob Bradovich.
All right, guys, thanks. We are joined right now by a very familiar face and a familiar voice on these tournament broadcasts, Jerry Pettigrew, the head coach at Cuba City, and taking a brief rest from his job as color commentator this week. But Jerry, along with being a head coach at Cuba City High School, you are the executive director of the Wisconsin Basketball Coaches Association. Tell us a little bit about the WBCA.
Yeah, we're very proud of the organization. We have close to 3,000 members, coaches, referees, friends of basketball in the state. And one of our big projects, of course, is the All-Star game in the summer in mid-June. Last year, we were able to give the MAC Fund, the Midwest Athletes Against Childhood Cancer, well over $100,000. And since our relationship began with them, we have now topped the 1 million mark that we've have given the MAC Fund. So we're very proud of that fact. In the fall, we have the Hall of Fame banquet, fall clinic. So very, very active coaches organization to promote and basketball and coaches in the state of Wisconsin.
The relationship between the WBCA and the MAC Fund, how did that get started? How long has that been going on?
It's been going on since, way back to 1979. And the MAC Fund, actually, when they first came aboard, we lost money that first year, and we weren't able to give them anything, to be honest with you. But we just kept plugging away, and it's been amazing what we've been able to raise in the All-Star games. We bring in 80 boys and 80 girls, and along with 21 coaches. And it's been amazing because, as I said, last year we went over $100,000. So we're really, really proud of that fact. And also we're proud of the fact that we've got a very good relationship with the WIAA. And we work in coordination with the WIAA to improve basketball. As far as we were a big proponent of the coaching box. And I know for a long time coaches had to sit,
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And there was guys like Pettigrew that was always kneeling, so they said, let the old man stand for a while. And that's worked out well, I think. And we've really had a good relationship with the WIA, Doug Chickering, and especially Deb Hauser.
The WBCA Hall of Fame recognizes some great coaches. Talk about how that's been going.
That's been going really great this year. We've got 16 inductees going in. And I mean, just who's who in the world of basketball in the state of Wisconsin. And I've always had the Bo Ryan has said it many times, but I believe it, that the best high school basketball coaches are in the state of Wisconsin, men and women. I think they just do a tremendous job. They work with their kids, and we're seeing that now on the college level where Marquette in Wisconsin, Green Bay, UWM, they're playing with Wisconsin kids. So, yeah, we're very proud of the Hall of Fame. We're very proud of the Basketball Coaches Association.
Playing well with Wisconsin kids and winning with Wisconsin kids, too.
That's right. And Devin Harris this year played in our All-Star game and Big Ten Player of the Year. We're very, very proud of that fact.
You've been involved with the game of basketball for quite some time. Talk about how the game has evolved over the years.
Yeah, you know, I go back 42 years. I started at Gratiot back in 1963, to tell you the truth. And the game has changed a great deal. I think it's changed for the better, actually. Jay and I were talking this morning. I know the uniforms, the old shorts that Jay used to wear. But one of the things that I think the three-point shot has really made the game exciting, you know, and I really believe that organizations like the WIA, that they're pro-student, pro-athlete. That's what it's all about. That's what we try to do in this state. You know, it's not all about wins and losses. It's about promoting kids and making sure that they have a positive experience, and that's what the state tournament's all about, and gosh, they do.
Jerry, thanks very much for joining us as a guest, and thanks again for joining us as a color commentator. We certainly enjoy you having aboard.
Bob, it's a dream working with the whole staff up here. You, Jay Wilson, Ted Stefaniak, Scott Emmerich. You couldn't be better, I'll tell you.
We have a great time.
Yes,
it's
we
a
do.
lot of fun. Fun time of the year. Jerry Pettigrew, glad to have you aboard. Well, the Green Bay Packers have teamed up with WIA in what they're doing is honoring high school football coaches throughout the year, and they even have a very special display up at Lambeau Field in Green Bay.
Well, this Wisconsin Football Coaches Hall of Fame exhibit is just a wonderful addition to Lambeau Field Atrium. We hope everyone, when they come to Lambeau Field, will stop and see the coaches. We also honor the high school championship teams every year. Very important to us to be connected to football in Wisconsin at every level. And this exhibit really does a great job of showing how we're linked to football from Pop Warner all the way up to the colleges.
Seymour leading Dodgeville at the half. To recap a first half, let's send it back over to Forrest Larson and Ted Stefaniak.
Well, thank you very much, Bob. Well, let's get right to the highlights of that first half. Some exciting things happening in the first half for both teams, and we'll start with Kevin Grushinski just having a terrific first half.
He is an outstanding player. Just textbook form.
Steve Klass also had a couple of big threes early in the first quarter.
I think when you watch these highlights, you're going to see it's raining threes.
That was Josh Culver hitting from beyond the arc. Then Alex Hill. And back to Kevin Grushinski.
That's a tough matchup for Dodgeville.
Kevin McGraw. They're right back in this. As you see, Jeremy Martin knocking down another shot. So this can go back and forth and do shots. Dodgeville's going to be right back in this. It could be close right down to the end. As you take a quick look at the halftime stats.
Unbelievable. You know, there's Seymour, 65% from the floor. That is unreal. I'm Dodgeville. I'm happy. I've shot 37% from the floor. I'm only down 10. I'm still in the game. Great flow, as I mentioned before. Fun game to watch. Everybody's getting their money's worth this afternoon.
Kevin Grushinski leading all scorers, as you might assume. He's got 18 points. Steve Klass with 10. Martin leading the way for Dodgeville. Should be an exciting second half. That's coming up in just a few moments. But first, we'll step out to hear a word from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
Bo Ryan has said it many times, but I believe it, that the best high school basketball.
The Galapagos turtle can live to be 193 years old. Must be nice. Here's to a good life. Rural for life. Insurance, annuities, mutual funds.
A passion for learning.
Excellence in education. Pride in sharing the rewards of accomplishment. That's why we established the Marshfield Clinic Science Award, presented to the students and teachers of each championship school. Winning at life, it's how you play the game.
Hi, I'm Bo Ryan. You may know me as the head basketball coach of the Wisconsin Badgers. When it comes to choosing a financial institution, I'm a consumer. As a consumer, I look for a financial institution committed to helping me reach my personal goals. I look for a community bank. In today's world of big business mergers, you still have local options. When you bank with a community bank, you receive personal service, a full range of financial products, and when you need a decision, it's made right here in the community. Join a winning team. Visit a community bank today.
Getting started for the third quarter of our Division II semifinal matchup between Seymour and Dodgeville. Seymour with the 10-point lead, and Kevin Krushinski doing the damage for the Thunder.
I'd like to know what Coach Tank talked about at halftime, if they're going to double him, if they're just going to play him one-on-one, and what kind of decision they made there.
Krushinski closing in on a Division II state tournament record, 32 points in one game. He now has 20.
Set play to open the half, and they got it to look, they got exactly what they wanted out of that.
Back to a 12-point lead for the Thunder. After Coach Tank, what did you tell your players in the locker room?
Well, I think, you know, they're not going to panic. They're well coached. We talked about composure before. You can see here, you know, they're taking another three. They're just going to play their game. You know, win or lose, they have a certain style. They believe in that style. They're committed to it. And, you know, they're just going to keep playing.
You said we have a reputation for taking threes, but that's not necessarily the case. They can take it inside.
With twos, and I think that's maybe something they probably talked about also, was getting twos going inside a little bit. He's their inside-outside guy. And I think he only got like one post-up score the first half.
Now they try to work it inside, and I believe it was Steve Klass that picked it off. Third turnover, so Dodgeville has been very good with the ball, but lost that one.
These teams are so similar in the respect that you've got a lot of guys who can put the ball on the floor, a lot of guys who can shoot the three.
Hill. That doesn't matter. This end is just as good to him.
You better be there. I mean, you cannot give these guys any open looks, and they're close. They're going to have to get a lot better in their defensive closeouts and take the threes away. But then at the same time, you're playing someone who can put it on the floor, so it's a tough situation to defend.
Dodgers now moving it around. Working it inside off the glass. What a pretty play.
Did a great job there. Great job. That's the guy that got to get going inside a little bit. When I watch Dodgeville play, I see a lot of cutting. You don't see a whole lot of screening. They kind of space the floor on you.
Watch this. Almost just a little backhand flip.
That was a tough shot. Never really got squared up. He was drifting a little bit, but he still knocked it down.
Rims out. Thunder push it up. Klass looking inside to Krushinski off the glass, and that is rebounded by Tubes. Well, a rare miss for Krushinski.
Just looking at him, looks like he spent a little bit of time in the weight room. And just physically, I don't think Dodgeville has anybody that can play him one-on-one in the post.
Don't forget his older brother, recruited by the Badgers, so probably got beat up a little bit by his older brother.
I would think so. I'm guessing they had some great games in the driveway.
Only makes you tougher. Yeah, that's one thing Coach Murphy told us yesterday as well. You know, this great run of theirs, 5 straight trips to the tournament, they've had some great talent, some great families come through.
It's amazing how 2 or 3 families, even 2 families, you get a run of those kids, the same families, they're all players. They can really help carry your program.
Krushinski's, Van de Heijs. Cookta. Alley-oop. They were looking for Steve Klass on the backside.
I think Dodgeville played zoning on the out-of-bounds play. So they came in with a set play, looked to screen the zone, and then lob it over the top.
Completely different look by the Thunder that time. Another alley-oop for Class. He gets up.
That's a great play. They've scored on that play once today, and they've gotten a good look there.
McGraw, and he will be fouled by Kuczynski. Well, the 2004 WIAA tournament is brought to you by Menards. Menards is proud to be a sponsor of WIAA high school basketball and wishes your team the best of luck. Save big money at Menards.
Kevin McGraw, shooting 2.
Three points for Kevin McGraw. Good looking free throw there.
Ted, I'm not sure. Has Dodgeville substituted today?
I don't believe they have.
It's with the intensity of the game, and obviously it's a huge game. You know, state semifinal game. You're in the Final Four. It'll be interesting to see if these guys can keep playing hard the entire 32 minutes.
There's a steal. Here's twos.
As soon as you lose vision on that defensive player, you need to clear him off.
No problem with the vision of Jeremy Martin as he knocks down the three. He has 10 points.
That young man did a great job creating offense, from the defense. Get the steal, come down, knock down the three.
How about that pass from Cookta to Class?
Great 2-foot jump stop, avoided the charge. He goes in there off 1 foot. It's a charge. Just great skills there, going off 2 feet and avoiding the help side defender.
Class with 12 points. Twos. Taking it right at Kuczynski now.
I just think they need to do more of that, and then the three will complement him inside. And obviously Coach Tank knows that, and that's how they played this year. But he's getting some more looks inside now.
Cookta picks up the dribble. He's in a little bit of trouble, and we'll call timeout. So a 30-second timeout on the floor.
Dodgeville gets after you. I mean, they play with some defensive intensity. I just think they've had some breakdowns where they've given up some wide open looks, but in the last couple situations they've gotten good pressure on the perimeter and caused Seymour some problems.
Another look at the last basket by Dodgeville.
Seymour didn't do a good job. They're covering down. Their help side didn't rotate. You've got to get that drive stopped outside the lane. And their help side defender got locked underneath the basket. They gave up an easy 2.
Look at the shot selection for both teams. A lot of threes. 27 three-pointers thrown up in this game so far.
I think there should be a rule in high school basketball. Each team has to shoot a minimum of 25 threes. And let's get it going up and down a little bit and have some fun.
John Murphy looking on, and the Dodger fans having a good time.
I think you can play that style. I think it's a great style. It's a great philosophy. And you can win with that style and philosophy.
Cookta was fouled. So they'll line up for some free throws here. Cookta, a senior, 76% free throw shooter. All-conference player.
I love the officiating today. These guys are letting the kids play, but at the same time, they're keeping the game under control. And they're doing an outstanding job, as do all the officials here.
And they're getting a workout today, too.
That's good for him. John Page, he needs to get up and down the floor a little bit.
You might get a technical here. I don't know if an announcer's ever gotten a technical, but you're getting pretty close. 42-31. Inside of 4 minutes of the third quarter.
Being patient here. Good job reversing it. Driving kick. There's the 3.
Good look by Reynolds. 7 points now for the senior. Now trying to pick up another stop here against the Thunder. Working inside to Kuczynski off the glass. He was falling as he took that shot, almost got it to go. And a foul on Jeremy Martin.
Even though he missed that, it concerns me how easily he is getting that post position, how easily he's getting the ball inside.
Reynolds knocking it down, one of the quickest kids to play at Dodgeville in years.
Great driving kick there.
Plays basketball, baseball, and football, and he's Does quite well in all three. Back inside of Class. Class off the glass. Cookta somehow came away with it. I don't know how Cookta got that ball.
Once again, I think it's a concern how easily they're getting the ball inside. Cookta did a nice job coming back with a steal. You're from Dodgeville, you got the ball, you got to chin it, get your elbows out, get squared up, pivot, and keep them off you.
Krushinski now, way away from the basket. Shot on the way. Class had it for a second. They've got a foul on someone. We're about 3 bodies in there. We'll see who they call.
It's possessions like these that drive you up the wall as a coach. It's just they've given up a couple second opportunities here, and eventually they are going to score if you don't wrap up the possession.
Timeout on the floor with just under 3 minutes to go in the third. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
How do we define a genuine Wisconsin community bank? For you, it means local decisions. For us, it means local commitment. And for the community, it means local investment. The Community Bankers of Wisconsin. We're the definition of local. Visit us at communitybankers.org.
What's wrong, Lee?
I just got to check on him. Good night.
Look for the seal that says Wisconsin Pride.
Seymour leading Dodgeville 42-34 with just under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Dodgeville playing shorthanded throughout most of this season. As you see the young men sitting there in the black shirts, Will Bothfield had an ACL injury, Jason Rundhog a shoulder injury, and Tony DeMuth a finger injury, all suffered during their high school football season.
That is an unbelievable piece of bad luck. But I'll tell you what, you just keep playing. What do you do? I mean, you got to show up, you got to play, and you just compete that much harder.
Class working hard under the glass. It's unbelievable how many times they get their hands on that offensive rebound.
I think in this last possession, they've gotten 2 or 3 offensive rebounds, and Dodgeville's picked up 2 or 3 fouls, and now they're at the free throw line. That's obviously not good.
Class knocks down the first one, shooting 79% from the free throw line, getting some Division II looks for next year. All-conference player. 14 points now.
Went back to the 1-3-1, trapping a little bit at half court. Nice change of pace coming out of the timeout. Last time they went into this, Dodgeville went to a 2-1-2 set, and they looked to throw the diagonal pass.
During that last timeout, Cody Holbert checked into the ball game for the first time for Dodgeville, and that was their first substitute of the game.
Once again, I mentioned it before, but I like Dodgeville's composure. You know, they change the defense. They're a little bit more patient right there. Then they get like good dribble penetration. He gets it to the rim and he gets to the free throw line.
Reynolds. He averages about 12 points a game. Been a great year over at Dodgeville. Only 2 losses. Lost their very first game of the season, lost their last regular season game.
Well, I'll give them credit. I mean, when you schedule Beloit, you're a Division II school, and everybody saw in the state how good Beloit was yesterday. That's your season opener. You can tell Dodgeville wants to get better, and they're not afraid. They are not afraid to play anyone.
Kevin Krushinski.
That is too easy. There's not enough ball pressure. Krushinski seals them off. There's no help side. That's just way too easy.
22 points for him. Nearly half of the points for the Thunder today. Dodgeville, long three by McGrew. Great hustle inside by Martin.
Back in the 1-3-1 zone. You know, they shot the three, and no one's there to box out, and he just runs in and gets it.
Foul number 15, Grant Tollefson, his first, the team's fourth.
Foul goes on Tollefson. Josh Culver back into the ball game. As Colbert goes back to the bench.
It's amazing when you think what Dodgeville does, that they pretty much play 5 kids the entire game.
And most of them are juniors. Three was a little bit long by Martin. Here's Kukta, coast to coast.
Great drive. Reynolds is quick. Did a nice job breaking him down off the dribble.
6 points now for Kukta. McGrew. That's what they needed.
Yeah, that's a tough three. I know he knocked that down, but he's coming off the dribble, shooting a three. Great rhythm, and he knocked it down. Tough to do.
Hill. Well, Hill has been a great spark for this team.
You're Dodgeville, you hit that three, and then they come back and come right back with a three. That hurts.
Hill is now 3 for 4 from beyond the arc. Incredible percentage today on those threes. McGrew looking for another three. That one goes off the foot of Class.
My math is right, they're down 13. I just think the difference is, you know, obviously Seymour's knocking down their threes, but they've got Brzezinski inside getting some looks, and Seymour doing a great job there. Dodgeville, I think, has got to get twos going inside here a little bit.
Brandon Knox into the ball game for the first time for the Dodgers. Here's Knox.
You'd love to finish that. Great steal.
Look at McGrew. Kevin McGraw with 9 points now.
The Dodgeville foul line. Number 33, Carl Reynolds.
I cannot believe how fast these quarters are flying by.
Nice steal by McGraw. He had 71 steals this season.
Just kind of hanging around, and Seymour did not take care of business there. I'd love to see Dodgeville score at the end of the quarter.
First point of the game for Craig Miller.
It's tough to get a quick look against that 1-3-1 to break them down immediately off the dribble. So I don't know if Seymour's going to go back to that or if they're going to pick him up man here. But you've got more than enough time to get a great shot.
Harold Scholes into the ballgame for the first time for the Thunder. The final 7 seconds of the third. 53-40.
They stayed in the 1-3-1. Good drive and kick.
Reynolds at the buzzer, knocks it down. Could be a big spark for the Dodgers. We'll find out. Fourth quarter action coming your way next. But first, a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
It's March Madness at Fagan Chevrolet. Get the slam dunk of deals on all pre-owned cars and trucks. Their prices have never been lower. Don't pass up the 2003 Buick Century starting at $10,988. Many come with remaining warranty and low miles. Pick yours today while you still have your choice of color and options. There's no overtime for these deals. So hurry in and win big with your pre-owned car or truck from Fagan Chevrolet Cadillac. Why go anywhere else?
Dad bought that old convertible used in 1958. He paid with $500 and a promise to make up the rest when he could. Promises meant more then than they do now. Except at Weedman. You see, we still believe that a promise isn't just made, it's kept. When you hire your local Weedman lawn care expert, we arrive at the right time with the right treatments and do exactly what we promise. Make your lawn look its very best. Weedman. Promises kept.
Time now for our game summary brought to you by the Community Bankers of Wisconsin, where the definition of local. Visit us at communitybankers.org.
surprised looking at the stats here. Surprising me that Dodgeville has 16 points in the paint compared to Seymour's 20. It seems like in the flow of the game that Seymour has gotten it inside a lot more often. But Dodgeville 16 points in the paint. Both teams have made 7 threes. And they are staying in this 1-3-1 zone.
Dodgeville starts this quarter down by 10, trying to make up some ground, get into that Division II championship game. Steal by Cookta, off the glass and good.
They just failed to get the ball. Stopped early there. Cookta did the right thing. You just keep going until someone stops you. Surprised they didn't pull up and shoot the 3 there.
Hill with the rebound. Now, if you're Seymour, just keep going with what you've been doing, or you try to run some time off here?
I'm going to keep playing. I'm going to do the things that have gotten me the lead. And they have played with a ton of confidence, inside, outside. Going to keep looking for Krasinski inside. I think Dodgeville's picked up the defensive intensity here a little bit, but just got broke. You know, just when someone's pressuring you, you break them down off the dribble, and that's just what they did.
Unbelievable crossover move by Cookta. 57-43.
Seymour does a great job spacing the floor so you can make that play. They do a great job moving you in their motion offense to create those dribble drive opportunities. But you have to have skilled kids to do that. You got to have kids that know how to play the game.
Twos. Draws the foul. He'll go to the free throw line. So the third foul now on Kevin Krasinski.
Number 24, Kevin Krasinski, is third, team's fifth. Line for Dodgeville.
Keep going in there. Keep giving them looks. You know, right now down 14, you want to get to the free throw line, you got the clock stopped. But they're going to have to get some defensive stops on the other end.
10 points for twos this afternoon. He's their leading scorer, averaging about 16 points a game. 57-44.
You need to get some stops. I mean, if you're going to match baskets, you're going to lose.
Well, Cookta's really cranking it up here in the second half. 13 points for him now.
This has to be one of the best shooting teams I've seen in Madison. These guys can flat out shoot it. And you look at them shooting 58% from the floor for the year, you can see why.
Class with a steal. And another Dodgeville foul. The 2004 WIAA tournament is brought to you by the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board. Wisconsin dairy producers encourage you to enjoy cool, creamy chocolate milk and shake stuff up. Got chocolate milk?
I love how aggressive Seymour is taking the ball to the basket. They're extremely aggressive. Dodgeville's having problems getting them stopped in transition.
Some discussion on the floor right now.
I believe originally it was called a block, and I believe they've just changed the call.
So it was an offensive foul, and that went against Class, so it wasn't against the Dodgers.
I think that's a great piece of officiating, that they take the time to talk about it, they get the call correct, and the game continues.
Maybe in a closer game, Coach Murphy may have argued that a little more.
I don't think so. Teams like this, they just play, you know, and they don't worry about the officiating.
Bobby Cookta from out of nowhere. Is he having a half or what?
I would never let that bother me. When that young man's open, he's going to put it up again. He was with, you know, had a good rhythm there. He had a good look. Cookta made a great defensive play.
Schul's back into the ball game for the Thunder. Plenty of urgency here for the Dodgers, trailing by 16. Reynolds lost the handle as he went up, but drew the foul.
The thing about this 1-3-1, you have to have patience to attack it. It's so much easier to get a quick shot against a man-to-man. You've got to do some things. When you skip the ball out of the corner to the wing, you've got to skip it right to the corner. You're going to get a wide open look there. I thought they did a great job skipping it out of the corner. Catch, you created a closeout situation and got the dribble drive again and got to the free throw line.
Reynolds matching his season average of 12 points. Now 13.
Right now, Dodgeville is going to have to get some consecutive stops. They're going to have to get some back-to-back threes, you know, so you can get this from 14 to 8.
Dodgeville running that man defense. Kupka. That was blocked. Somebody got a hand on it.
So many times when you dribble penetrate, you force the help side to come over. If your guards don't cover down and box out, you're going to give up that second opportunity. You can see, I think that's Martin coming over to help. And then just a missed shot on the dribble penetration creates the opportunity for the second, the offensive rebound and the second opportunity.
Now Schulz, a senior, doesn't get a lot of opportunities to play. Making the most of that opportunity out here today.
Got those Magic Johnson Converse on from the 1980s, throwbacks.
It's a good-looking shoes.
Yes, it is.
A 30-second timeout on the floor.
I think I paid my senior year $5 for my Canvas Pro Keds in 1975. Times have obviously changed a little bit.
Well, the last time Dodgeville was here was 1995. Took out another big guy. Auburndale had a guy by the name of Mark Tauscher, wearing number 53.
Ken, how would you like to guard this guy in the post?
And of course, Tauscher now playing right tackle for the Green Bay Packers. That Auburndale beat the Dodgers 66-56 in double overtime. Tauscher was 16 points in the semifinal game, and that was the last time Dodgeville made it to state. Chuck Tank, you get a good look at him. He's got quite a history at the state tournament. Back in 1974 and 75, he played for Sheboygan Falls, won state championship. So this is the 30th anniversary, so congratulations to him.
With Seymour's size, that 1-3-1 is extremely difficult to attack. I mean, they've got some size. It's just tough to make plays against that 1-3-1 with the kind of size they have and with the intensity that they play with.
Schulz was open on the backside for a moment. Class couldn't get him the ball. Now a foul to stop the clock by McGraw.
Down 15 with 4:40 to play. It's still doable. But, you know, once again, you are going to have to get 2 or 3 consecutive stops. You got to get something quickly in transition. You got to get the pace of the game up, and they can't get the pace of the game up against that 1-3-1. Plus, you can't get your press. Like right now, if they want to get into their press, they got to knock down some shots to get into that press.
Krushinski back into the ball game. Class knocked down the second one. He's got 15. Time to start firing those threes again.
It's got to be good threes. You know, I still remember being at a clinic with Rick Pitino talking about if you take bad threes, that is the quickest way to lose or to get blown out of the game. So you got to be patient enough to get a good look, but they're going to have to get them quickly.
Inside to Krushinski. Good rebound in there by Steve Class. Well, you know, if they miss one, they're getting another opportunity.
There's a reason they've been here 5 years in a row, and I think we're watching it right now. The intensity that they play with defensively, this 1-3-1 has been a really nice change of pace. It surprised me because talking to Coach Murphy, he said, you know, they're 80% man-to-man, play a little bit of 2-3 or 1-3-1.
See Krushinski with the miss, but they're always around the basket.
I think the kids from Dodgeville are in great shape. but maybe a little bit fatigued right now. I think we're seeing some mistakes just because they may be a little bit fatigued.
Seymour with 8 second chance points. Look at that. Pass gets away, and somebody's right there to pick it up.
Surprises me they took that shot so quick, but he knocked it down.
19 points for Class. 20-point lead now for Seymour. Reynolds. Wyszynski fighting for the rebound and a quick foul.
If I'm Dodgeville, I would have done, if I was coaching Dodgeville, I would have done exactly what they have done today. I would have played exactly the same way. I think you come in and say, listen, can we match up with these guys man-to-man? Are we as physical as they are? Are we as deep as they are? Probably not. So what you do is, and I don't know if Coach Tank, if this was his philosophy or not, but I would have came into this game and said, hey, fellas, we're going to shoot 25 to 30 threes and hope we make 14 or 15 and win the game. I'll give them credit. They came to play.
Remember, this is all juniors on this team. So, I mean, only one senior. They're going to be loaded for next year.
All 5 kids, first team all-conference in their league this year. That's unheard of. You know, they're coming back with that junior class. Plus, they're one of the smallest Division II schools in the state. You know, you've only got 433 kids in your school. They're right on the bottom of that Division II. I think you really got to give them a lot of credit. They beat some great teams to get here.
Took first place in the Southwest Wisconsin Conference this past season.
You're going to end your season. This is the place you want it to end.
There's Dodgeville's class breakdown. 2 sophomores, 8 juniors, and that 1 senior. He's got the ball right now, and Carl Reynolds. Pass is knocked away.
I think they'll miss him next year. I mean, he's a great, great player for them. Great defender. He's tough off the dribble. He can shoot the 3. But I'm sure they're going to find a young man who wants to step in there and play next year.
Well, he's just a pure athlete. I mean, he can do so many things. He plays so many sports. Just a great 3-sport star. They have run up against one very good team from Seymour.
I think that Division II state championship game on Saturday is going to be a great, great game.
Layup by Miller.
You know, they kept it at 10-12 for most of the game. They just could not get it underneath that. You know, I think they had it to 8 a couple of times, maybe in the first half, maybe early in the 3rd quarter, but they just, you know, fatigued here a little bit. Plus, they're playing a great, great team.
Class comes away with it. Now they'll look to run some time. Or not. Get it inside to Class. Reverse layup. Well, they just attack you, attack you, attack you.
They are well coached. They have a great philosophy, very skilled. You know, when you can shoot the ball, everything else just kind of falls into place. They are an outstanding shooting team, and they do everything else well, too.
Dodgeville tying the record for most three-point attempts with 28 in this game so far. Look at that basket by Class. Reverse layup.
Great job. I'm not quite sure how many threes has Dodgeville made today.
Well, they've taken 28 shots. They've made 7. Now the 40th anniversary of that 1964 championship by Dodgeville. You know, we showed you some of the film earlier in this game. They've been running that championship game through that film on the local cable station in Dodgeville. So a lot of people excited. Of course, the town very excited to be back at state.
When you look at the Dodgeville crowd here, they are a basketball town. You can tell that by looking at their fans. You know, and just talking to their coaches, they're just excited to be here once again.
Nothing to hang their heads about in this one.
Not at all. They beat great teams to get here. They've got a great program in Dodgeville.
The Seymour Powell's number 3, Brandon West.
Seymour Thunder. Game ticket $6, T-shirt $7, bus ticket $10. 5th straight trip to Madison. Priceless.
I love talking to Coach Murphy. He says they are probably more excited to make this 5th straight trip than they were the first one, and they have added fans every year as they have made the trip to Madison.
You know, he said they printed up 800 of those T-shirts, and they were gone just like that. They had to order another 600, so 1,400 T-shirts. Do you think the town of Seymour is getting tired of coming down to the state every year?
I don't believe so. I wish I had that T-shirt concession, for heaven's sakes.
1,400 T-shirts. Reynolds for 3. And that just set the new record for most 3-point attempts.
For my guys, I talked to them after the game, say, hey, fellas, we make 7 more threes, we're right in the game. So it goes. I think Catholic Memorial and Seymour physically really match up well together. I think that's kind of even there. They both shoot it well. They're both very skilled teams. I think that game, that's a tough game to call. I think that's one you do not want to miss on Saturday.
Well, some of the fans chanting, we want Seymour from Catholic Memorial. I'm not so sure you want Seymour.
Sometimes you better be careful what you wish for because you get it.
That'll be a fantastic ball game coming up tomorrow afternoon. Division II championship game as you get a look at Brandon Knox at the free throw line for Dodgeville.
Vincent, Madison Memorial. Who are you picking in that one?
Vincent and Madison Memorial, our 6:30 game. That'll just be a good game. It'll be unbelievable. Some of the performances turned in last night.
I love watching Memorial play, the way they play the game. They are very skilled, very talented also. And then Vincent, great program, great tradition there. It's going to be battle of the styles there tonight.
6:30 tonight when semifinal Friday continues. Just nothing like the state tournament. This time of the year, the schools, the communities, everything seems to come together, and there's a select few that get the opportunity to come to Madison, but it is a special time of the year.
This is showtime. If kids in Wisconsin understood what it feels like to run out of that tunnel, to be introduced, to play in these games, they would work so much harder and dedicate themselves so much more in the off-season just to get that opportunity to get here.
And how many times did you come to state?
When I was at Lady Smith, we came here 4 times.
4 times.
And we got down to Madison as soon as we could.
Get a look at Kevin Kruszinski's state tournament history. 29 points, 2002, 27 points last year. And having another outstanding tournament this year.
It'll be interesting to see if Memorial plays him one-on-one, if they try to double him.
3-pointer by Robbie Wickersberg. The senior getting a chance to get on the floor and knocks down a 3. Well, that's exciting. Seymour is back in the state championship game for the 5th consecutive year.
Simply unbelievable.
75-49. The program at Seymour continues to roll. We'll come back and wrap this one up in just a moment, but first a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.